Cool. Happy Monday, everybody. You are on the Schnitzer Master Agency Huddle. We're going to get this party started. So we always start with our leaders. Guys, we have some movement happening on this page. We probably have a few people getting added to this list in a couple more weeks. If that's you, identify yourself. If you're running after a level leadership promotion, we want to cheer you on. I can see several people on the screen that I know that are working for it, but you guys go ahead and claim it there in the chat if you want to. We got plenty of room for you guys. And if you know anything about me and my vision for this agency, we're going to have to make a lot more room. We're going to have to make a lot more. I got to make room for Heather Newcomb. I got to make room for Andrew Mercado, for Burt Wright. I'm just looking straight at my screen for Tiffany Tisdale, Brooke Harder. I got to make a lot of room for you guys, okay? And I'm willing to do that because it goes in line with my mission. I want to help 100 of you in the next 5 years become agency owners and become free financially. That's the goal. So you're with the right crew if you want growth, and you're around the right people if you want support. Okay, that's what we're all about. So these lovely faces will be your support system, but like I said, we're growing, we're moving. Important calls of the week. You guys already know. Page 7 of your handbook. If you don't have our team calendar downloaded yet, you can get everything just auto downloaded to your Google Calendar. That way you can just click and play whatever calls are being hosted. So, uh, great ones to hop in on are happening in the Mac room throughout the week. We've got our top producer call every Tuesday and our Be a Better Builder call every Thursday. I would say if you're planning like my perfect week non-negotiables go like this. I'm never missing a Monday call. Okay. I think 2 weeks ago I had to take my son to an appointment. Other than that, it was the only time we can get in. Other than that, I'm always going to be here. I'm always hosting this call. All right. Tuesdays, top producer call. I'm never missing. Wednesday, national call. And Thursday, Be a Better Builder call. I'm never missing any of those. That's where you're going to get all the growth from. Whatever you're missing in your business currently at this point can be taught on one of those calls. You're either hearing from a top producer or you're hearing from a top builder, and being on the national call is something that we always do because if you want to be a 130, you're going to be in the place where all the 130s hang out, which is on the national call. So that would be my non-negotiable schedule. And it just works out perfect for our production schedule because no one answers their phones in the middle of the day. Don't be dialing at noon. Best dial times are morning, afternoon. We all know that. So hop on the team calls and trainings in the middle of the day. I will say this, no time is a bad time to dial. I didn't mean to offend you, Bert. I know you've set major appointments in the middle of the day before. Okay. All right, guys. But those team calls are perfectly timed because you can just take a break in the middle of your day, plug in, learn a little bit, and grow yourself. We are on week 2. Guys, last day to submit business is Friday, August 29th. Last day to get business issue paid is August 31st. So this is a 5-week month. Grab a hold of it. Okay, get all your business in by August 29th and get everything issued by the 31st. It's going to be a fun month. I know a lot of people are running after goals this month. So let's get going. Raise your hand if you're going to conference. Who's coming with? I'm going. I'll be there. I'll see you there. Sarah Hadley's got both hands up. Sweet. Well, I cannot wait to see everybody next week. Is Kate on this call? I have a link I was supposed to send you guys. Let me get done with this. I can't multitask as well as she can. Once I get done with this, I'm going to send you guys a link here in the chat. I'll do it right when I'm done with this presentation, but everything you need to know from A to Z for conference. You should have gotten it in an email, but I'm going to post it here in the Slack channel or in the comments as well. But we're so excited for this, guys. It's the biggest conference of the year. It's the one and only that Symmetry throws every year. So they pour a lot of resources into this. 4,000 or 5,000 agents are going to be in Denver next week. We're all going to be hanging out, growing our businesses and growing our mindset together. It's going to be a fun time. If you have not signed up yet, you give me anxiety because planning all that last minute would be pretty tough. But I will encourage you to do it. I'll encourage you to do it. Tiffany, did you just give me a verbal? I saw you say I'll do it. All right, we'll see you there. If you haven't planned on this yet, I think that there's still time. I think that there's still some airlines that have good deals going. You can make it happen. But for those of you who have already signed up, I'm super excited for you guys. I'm excited for your businesses. They're definitely going to grow coming from this. I can see after every conference I've been to 3 in person and I've been to 1 virtual. And every single time I come home from conference, you can see my business and the way that it's been impacted by the conference. Starting with my very first one, where I worked a W-2 job at a dealership the day before, And the day after, I worked full time at Symmetry because I made that decision while I was there. Became agency owner 6 months later, and 34 months after that became a 130. All right. Those decisions that you make at conference will change your business forever. You're going to get there. I guarantee this for those of you who are going. Don Gates, I saw you raise your hand, right? You're going? Okay, cool. Don, you're going to make some decisions at conference that will change your business forever. Big decisions are made at big conferences. So can't wait to see you guys there. If you need a discount and you're still planning on making this happen, go ahead and use one of the discount codes here. They're available for you. Here's everyone on our team that's going. I think 55 of you are signed up, maybe 60 now. Very excited. We got a few new people highlighted in bold letters here that signed up last week. So great job. Daryl Baker, I'm going to mute you out. Great job for signing up. Let's go. Can't wait to see you guys. Here's a rough schedule of what's happening at conference. Wednesday's a great day to show up, get plugged in. We've got, if you guys have seen the Engage Hub schedule, it's actually really, really good. Every like half hour or on the hour, there's a different speaker on the Engage Hub stage. So Wednesday, no matter what time you're getting there, you can head over to the conference center and there's going to be events going on. Ripple Women's event. It's not just for women. I've gone every year. It's really good. So men sign up for that too. And then there's a corporate overview right after, before the leaders reception. So Wednesday's kind of the roll in day for conference. Day 2 is where all the main stage stuff is happening. And then day 3, I did want to highlight this because a lot of us didn't know about the big 5, but just going through the calendar, we're going to have agency meetings in the morning. There are then breakout sessions. I think there's 4 breakout sessions this year, right, Wilbur? Okay. 4 different breakout sessions that you can choose that will hopefully make sense for where you're at in the business. If you haven't chosen those yet, reach out to your upline and we'll help you choose the right ones that fit well for where you're at in the business right now. And then right after that, we're going to have the Big 5 live dial session, which you guys will also need to sign up for. The Danny Young Master Agency is having their own room. They're doing sales training. You guys will hear some of the best agents in the Danny Young Master Agency dialing live, and then you'll get to go out and do some production yourself. Okay, so bring leads with you. This is the first time at conference we've actually done a live dial session so that you guys can listen to some top producers and how they run their business. Okay, so very applicable. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, guys. At a lot of conferences, you go and you listen to people speak on stage and they yell at you about what you should be doing and they try to fire you up and there's nothing real applicable. Okay, not only do we do Thursday really well, there's some really good speakers within this company, but we're also doing things that are tactical and applicable to your business like right away. Okay, so it should be a good conference for everybody who shows up. I'm believing it will be. And then we have our Mac room party. I believe we have some friends on the call today that will be there with us. We're gonna have a party. Jamie, you'll be there, right? You told one of your kids that they had to drive themselves to school for the first day and you're gonna make it happen? Okay, cool. All right. And then you guys download the Quality Events app. You'll be able to schedule all your breakout sessions, sign up for the Big 5 live dial session, sign up for all the events on Wednesday. Go ahead and check that out. You have to have a ticket to be able to sign up for this, but once you do, you can load all those sessions into your app so you guys can have reminders on your phone and know exactly where you need to be. And did I hear you guys talking about the Mile High mic drop, Wilbur? Were you guys chatting about that before I hopped on?
No, well, I was about to drop a beat until everyone started talking because I couldn't play music. So I was about to do, kind of like a soft Mile High mic drop, but I
There
let it
you
go.
go.
We want to save it all for Annie.
We'll save it all for Annie. Our very own Annie Morel is going to be singing up on that stage, and I am so pumped. I've got my costume picked out. I'm not telling you guys who I'm dressing up as yet. You probably won't be able to recognize me, so I'll put a name tag on. It's going to be fun, guys. You can dress up as any rock star or famous person throughout time, right? Any singer throughout time? Yeah, so choose. Wilbur, have you told everyone what you're doing yet?
I gave a hint, man, but I don't reveal everything around here.
Looking forward to it. You're gonna have to shave the mustache though. All right, cool. Well, that's pretty much a wrap for conference. After Friday night, everyone can go home. We're flying out Saturday morning. National call shout outs. The whole master agency got celebrated last week. We were number 3 regional agency director. Numbers at 108,000 for the week, and number three base shop at 79,000 for the week. Half of my base shop just broke out as an agency owner. So it's time to rebuild, right? It's time to rebuild it. So we'll talk about it here in just a second. If you guys don't know what that means, you will in just a moment. National call shout out for Eleanor McNamara. She had a week, 27,994 in APV, guys. She's at 110% contract level. Y'all do the math. That's a pretty decent week. That's killer. So she was number five in the company. I don't know what's up with those production boards being number five at almost $30,000, but I think it's still incredible. These numbers are just crazy. A good week for me is like $5,200. Like I got above my 5K. I'm happy. Anita Omokudu, number four IUL producer at 15,000. We also had Joseph Helms get announced as agency owner. Let's go, Joseph Helms. We haven't really chatted about that on one of our team calls yet because I wasn't allowed to talk about it until they announced it on the national call. But man, we're so pumped for you and your family. I don't see you on the screen here though. Otherwise, I was going to make you unmute. There you are.
I'm here.
Man, how does it feel? You're like 5
Feels
days.
good. I'm putting
Yeah,
together another a baby bed right now, but yes, do it feels great. Feels good.
good. Good. I got to listen in to Joseph's team call last week. Sarah, you were out, so I got to listen into Joseph run the show last week, and it just like gave me a view inside the culture that they're building, which is really cool. Yeah, I'd say there's something special growing there. And it was just cool to see that. I know Sarah, you were out on vacation, but I got to listen. I was in the other room and Kate was on the Zoom and just hearing like you guys talk about the things that matter to you. I know y'all are going places because what you focus on grows. So just very proud of y'all and can't wait to see what you guys do in the next couple months.
Yeah, you and Kate get a lot of the kudos here, man. We learned a lot from you guys. Like I wouldn't have had a chance. So thank you guys for setting us up well to win.
Yeah,
Appreciate y'all.
man. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna steal some things from you for our Monday call. So I'm learning from you too, man. So congrats. It's awesome. And then we have a couple more promotions here. Kate and I got a little promotion, senior vice president. That was because of Joseph, and because of Wilbur and Giovanna and Venus and Bob. Okay. So when you grow leaders on your team, you get boosted. So I will give credit to all the leaders on the team for that one. You guys are doing great. And then last week we finally found out that we were 130. This was a long wait, guys. June ended. We waited 4 weeks to find this out. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who fought with us. You guys remember at the end of June, we did a contest last week where I put all the sticky notes on the whiteboard. You guys remember that? All right, cool. If we wouldn't have pulled off every single sticky note, you guys want to know something funny? We wouldn't have gotten this promotion. Like month one and month two, we blew past the numbers that were needed, but month three was a fight. And if we wouldn't have pulled off every single sticky note, we really wouldn't have hit this and we would have had to start all over again. So thank you for everyone who wrote a policy over the last 120 days or so. And thank you for everyone who got in the fight the last week and said, I'm gonna help Scott pull off sticky notes off the board because this is fun and I want to help them win. So thank you guys. Big time. Appreciate y'all. All right, new writers for the week: Christopher Johnson, Jacob Chenier, Arthur Sedrakian. Did I say it okay? Arthur, tell me if I'm wrong. Katrina and Jeremy Rosa. Great job, guys. Great first steps. Congrats to everyone who wrote an app last week. Top six, Trevor Robson, 5,390. Top six, Devin Carter, 6,000. First 5K week for both those guys. Eleanor McNamara, 7622 last week. Teresa Kelly, 8273. Jenny Goldsmith. Watch out, y'all. Watch out. That's almost a 10K week. Where's Jenny at? Is Jenny here today?
She can't be here right now.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna put her on the spot. That's killer. Sarah Neal, that's killer. Great
You
job.
killed it. Yes, she did. Exciting.
I absolutely love your team. That is amazing. Great job, Jenny. I didn't see that until now. I don't know how I missed that. Giovanna Mitru, 10,148. Giovanna, I would get just as excited for you, but you do this every week, so it's like See Jenny write 10K. I'm ready to do a backflip in my office. I see Giovanna write it. I'm like, all right, it's just what Giovanna does, I guess, every single week. So great job to everyone who was on the top 6 last week. Here's your road to ownership. We've got Team Robson and Team Goldsmith in the game so far this month. Expecting this page to grow by at least 15 names over the next week. Get your teams in the game, help people win, and you will win too. Whoever serves the most here wins the most, guys. Okay, so get your teams involved, help people get what they came here for. Helping people achieve what they want is the best thing about being a leader. All right, so go get it. Go have fun. And then agency owner submit production. I'm going to blast through this, guys. Great job for every base shop for last week. Everyone who served a family within those base shops. We love y'all, and that's what it's all about. Road to SNA. This is actually one of my favorite slides now. Road to ownership and road to SNA is like 2 things I get super excited about. Everyone who has 1 app working towards their first 6 apps is going to be on this board, and we're going to move you down the line as you keep accomplishing your first milestone of writing 6 apps in your first 6 weeks. Yes, Jamie Cuppernill, you can steal this slide if you'd like to. I stole it from someone else. That's what we do here. I was on another agency's call a couple weeks ago, and I thought this was absolutely just something worth celebrating. So as you guys get into this business and learn to get profitable and get your first 6 applications, you're going to work your way down the line here, and then we're going to celebrate you big time at the very end. Slacker of the week, Jenny Goldsmith, who I just found out is not here, but she's amazing. She is the epitome of a servant heart, guys. I went through Slack for like 10 seconds and I scrolled back and she's wearing that pink jacket in her Slack picture too. So as I'm going through Slack, I'm just like pink jacket, pink jacket, pink jacket, pink jacket. She's on everything. So we gave her Slacker of the week this week, but it's not just this week, guys. If you know Jenny, she likes to celebrate others. She likes to encourage people. So it's just what she does and who she is. So shout out to Jenny for being the biggest slacker of the week last week. Some people think that's a bad thing. I think it's the best. So that's it, guys. That's it. Let's get the show off the road, Wilbur. What do you say? Should we have some fun?
We are gonna have some fun. But before we have a little bit of fun, yeah, we've got some amazing ladies that are gonna help us. But before, the agency owners within the Schnitzer Master Agency want to take a couple minutes each because those slides that we just saw, Scott and Kate getting a massive promotion, 2 massive promotions. Obviously hitting 130 and then moving to where are we at? SVP. Yeah, moving to SVP. And the amount of energy that you guys pour into this entire team and almost every single individual. If you haven't had the chance to talk with Scott and Kate and you're newer, you're going to end up there. And so we wanted to all kind of take a minute. And I mean, everybody knows. Kate, how dare you? Unmute. You need to mute. Thank you. Scott, everyone knows Scott and I are close, but Scott and I met at the first conference in 2022. I hadn't written an app. I was licensed, but I had not written an app. We both liked each other's Instagrams. We were like, okay, this is gonna work. We each ordered a bunch of food at a restaurant. We had no idea what was going on out there. Scott and Kate made a big decision that particular month that they were going to go all in, and things have paid off since then. I can tell you that I don't know if I've ever met an individual who sticks to their word more than Scott. He says, I'm going to do X. It just gets done. Like we were talking about the Post-its on the thing. Have any of you all ever seen such a freaking thing? I don't think so. I bet you haven't. And it got accomplished. And because of that, we're sitting here today. Thank you for calling me higher on a weekly basis when I've gotten my head into the toilet bowl. You guys have pulled it out a million times, literally. And Scott, you get a lot of credit, no offense, dude, because you're the tip of the flying V of this whole entire thing. But the reality is none of us would be doing what we're doing today without Kate. Kate is the pioneer behind closed doors that literally keeps this boat moving forward. And I'm talking, she knows when to throttle up, when to throttle down, and can pretty much controls this whole thing, whether you guys know it or not. And you deserve more credit than anybody on this entire screen, in my opinion. And somehow you have this ability to remember what people say. And so when they start talking about goals or ambitions or drive, Kate has it, at least for me, I can speak for myself. Kate has this ability to shoot a message to me that I don't remember saying this, but she'll remind me of kind of that harps on my why of what I'm doing. So you guys, thank you for just being who you are and constantly showing up and never showing the emotional turmoil that happens behind closed doors, because you guys are great leaders and you show up no matter what. But I know from personally that there are still challenges that come to light with you both on the business side. But no matter what, you show up and show out for and make an example, not only for the however many people on this screen, but the whole entire company, Symmetry. So we love you guys, and I'm a big believer in credit is due when necessary. This conversation came about because Giovanna put a group text thread together and said, "Hey, we need to do this." And Giovanna, thank you for your giant heart and the always thinking about others to kick this off. So I want to pass it to G. And yeah, love you guys, and G, you do your thing.
Thank you, Wilbur,
You
so
guys are
much.
all, you guys are all gonna do this to me?
Yeah, you gotta mute out though, dude. Get out of here.
So you guys, for those of you that know me, know I'm a crier when I'm talking about people who I absolutely adore, who have just left an impression on my heart. And I'm going to do my best not to do that today. But that's why I told Wilbur, you got to go first. You got to go first, but I promise I'll keep it short and sweet. I just want to take a minute to say thank you guys. Whew. We would not be where we are today without you guys. And this is the absolute beginning of something so amazing that we're going to get to do together. I see us 5 years from now on the yacht. I see our kids playing together and growing up together, not just you and Scott and Kate, but all of us. I see a vision of our businesses looking back going, I never thought I was going to reach the top of this company, but I kept believing and I did it. And I see all of you guys doing that with us. And the honor is mine and Mickey's to be working aside you guys. We are the fastest growing team in Symmetry. And I just can't imagine what it's going to be, what it's going to feel like for the rest of you when we all get there. But reaching the top of this company, you guys, is no easy task. We are so grateful for the way you guys have led us from the front with heart, with vision, with relentless consistency. When things happen inside your family with the kids, we never even knew about it, but we kept praying for you. To the team, guys, this is not just a title. This represents their sacrifice, their discipline, the mentorship constantly being poured into us, and the belief in me and Mickey and the rest of this team. We haven't watched you guys just lead. We have felt into our souls the impact of your leadership. And I speak for Mickey and myself. You guys have both been more than just uplines to us. You have been examples. You have been our family and become some of our best friends. You check in on me even at 7:30 in the morning just to see how I'm doing. You take time to talk to us. You've given us so much. You guys constantly speak life into us when we're tired, when we're challenged, especially when we need it most. And you've poured into our business as if it was your own. And I know we're not the only ones, guys, who've experienced this type of mentorship from both of you. So this milestone you guys have reached, it's a win for everybody here. Because when two leaders like the both of you rise, you guys leave a trail for the rest of us. Your success is proof of what's possible when you guys keep showing up. And when you build and continue to inspire people and inspire this team, and the mission that you guys have for the 100 agency owners, I have no doubt we are going to make that happen. So on behalf of Mickey and myself and the entire team, thank you guys for all you do. We honor you, we celebrate you, and we're so grateful, guys, to be part of the legacy that you're building.
Jeez, Javon, I thought you were mad at me.
No, and hold on to your belt because there's more coming. Giovanna started it, and man, it's coming. I'm gonna try my best also not to cry. But I love you guys so much because you guys were brave enough, and I have to first and foremost thank Kate for first taking the leap and leaving her successful job to show Scott what's possible, right? To be able to leave his family business. Um, Otherwise, he might have been sitting on the sidelines another 2 years, right? And I know that your support, Kate, has been pivotal here, from spreadsheets to keeping us on task, from your one-liner reminders, like Wilbur said, when all chaos is happening. Just that direct shot. I so appreciate you giving us this foundational business support straight from the top. And I thank you guys so much for your leadership, not just for expanding the team's visions, but especially mine. For someone that's been in the trenches for some times, I needed a new, fresh set of eyes. And you guys didn't just show us, what's possible. You guys went and did it so very well with excellence. You might have started slow, but you never played small. Never. And I love that about you guys. You challenged me, you challenged the team, you make us better. I appreciate the easy and the tough conversations that I think are absolutely necessary in this business. And just as humans, we all need that. And I thank you guys for just allowing God to use you both as a vessel where your words bring life. Because sometimes there's a moment where you actually see people and you don't understand the impact of what it makes, but a couple of words can change a lot of things. So I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for having the faith and the courage to believe God's promises, to stand on his word in all areas of your life, for allowing him to use you both. And I know it's going to impact so many lives here. And this is just the beginning, not just in SFG, but for his kingdom. And I'm grateful that I get to just be a part of it all. So thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Venus. I'm trying not to look at Don's screen right now. Oh my gosh. If this is your first team call and you're like, why are all these people crying? Thanks, Venus. I appreciate you.
Well, I don't know how to really follow all of that up, but
We can stop now if you want.
no, that's I'm gonna, I'm not a man of many words here, so I'm gonna leave one word with you: association. That's the one thing that Scott has challenged myself, and the thing that I'm gonna challenge all of you heading into conference. Yes, every one of you and on the screen here should be in the association side of it, and that's what we're going to be doing here at conference, is associating with all of us on the team here. We're actually able to meet one another from top to bottom here, which is great. Because of that association from Scott, listen to this impressive list here. Top producer call, be a better builder call, the Mac room, the handbook, the onboarding platform, the ongoing support and encouragement, the meet and greet call. That's all because of the association that Scott had with other members within Symmetry that has helped us as a team grow here. And that's something, to me and all of you, should just be an invaluable resource here. And all of that, by the way, didn't cost us anything other than the cost of a license. And that's something there that personally, I can never thank you guys enough for everything that you've done here, for everything that we've done here as a team. And you know what? What do we got? 6 agency owners now. So that means there's 94 slots that are still open for all of us to claim here. And there's some of those people aren't even on the screen yet. So just keep that in mind here. We can show you guys how it's done. They've shown us how to get to the top. Now it's up to us now to follow their example and take our business to the next level. So let's go.
You guys freaking blindsided me. That
Yes,
is
sir.
not fair. That is not fair. Love you guys. Yeah, and if you're newer on the team, man, buckle up. We don't just do business together. I mean, uh, I'll cry on camera with this group of people, but we also go through the trenches together, of life. So, thank you
Yeah.
We
guys.
got one more to we got one more to serenade you with this sweet Southern twang.
I do want to say, when I came in, I originally came in underneath somebody else, and then I got round robin to you guys. And I was like, who are these people? And I did not realize what a gift that you and Kate and your kids have been to our life. And I know I speak for everybody saying that. And so I just want to say thank you guys for not just being, I come from ministry backgrounds. I come from, just from different kind of, backgrounds, but you guys, y'all got it together. You guys are, it's hard to find people wired like you guys that are very motivational, very disciplined, but also very empathetic. And you don't usually see that on both sides. And so it's a gift to us as we grow, especially for new agents. I know that you guys, a lot of people don't see all the stuff that Kate does. We would not be where we are without her systems. Kate, I just want to say thank you. That side of my business is by far my weakest hand, and just what you developed for us in recruiting, business track. I mean, all the things, all the back end things is what I've needed, and will continue to need and learn from you. And so I just want to say thank you guys for being y'all 100%. I love watching two people influence a whole company. And you guys have done that. You guys have called people higher. I love watching the random tags people tag you in, whether it's a food thing, a workout thing, not just a symmetry thing. And that's one of my favorite things to see. It's that it's bigger than just life insurance. And life insurance isn't that sexy. But what I love is that you guys bring a wholeness to what you guys do. You'll help us remember why we do what we do, the values that it brings to this business, and it helps expand. Venus said it really best. That it actually helps expand us to what this opportunity can bring. And so, just from my heart, my family's heart, we just want to say thank you. I know I'm speaking for Paige. She's in the other room trying to put the baby to sleep right now, but just want to say thank you guys for being y'all. Congrats! I know this is a milestone. Um, some of us as key leaders in AOs, we got to see kind of Scott, like really he worked to make this happen too. He jumped back in production, and what did you do in 14 days? Something stupid, right? Like you don't mind getting messy and getting dirty with us. And so I just want to say thank you for being a leader worth following. Kate, thank you for being a leader worth following, and excited to see you guys grow and watch this thing expand to 100 plus agency owners. It's going to be awesome to be a part of. So thank y'all.
Heck yeah. Let's go, you guys. Y'all are treasures. That's for and Bob teed this up so dang good for what we're gonna finish this call off with. Honestly, he said the word, and that's what we're gonna focus on due to Denver coming up and all of the changes that like we have had as a whole for this agency, all because of a decision, right? Which bleeds into so many others. So I've got on here today, y'all. They're dressed normal today, as am I, maybe. You normally see us in kind of weird outfits on Tuesday at 12 o'clock. These are my AO Power Dial friends, Jamie Cupernell and Anna Savavi. And the only reason that call happened is because of association, because of aligning with some strong people within the organization that opened a lot of doors, right? And you don't know what one conversation will do, one conversation, how it can change a life. A lot of you guys know I come from the addiction, the addiction space. And a lot of times people will struggle and struggle for years, decades almost, but they keep kind of showing up, and then they have that one conversation that allows them to have a little bit of hope and believe that their lives can change for the better, and that they can actually grow as human beings and be productive members of society. So what does that have to do here? Sometimes you can get into a little bit of a, I don't know, hamster wheel type of mentality where the same weeks kind of start happening over and over. And you look and you're like, where's the growth? Where's the XYZ, right? So there's no coincidence, and I can only speak for myself, and then these ladies will unmute and we're gonna have a little conversation about this. But like there's no coincidence that we joined the accountability call in October, I believe, Scott, October or November. Okay, I had one conversation with Jim around Christmas time, and then I personally went to Ignite with Rod, met Rod out at Ignite in February, and then we hit AO in April. Math. We hit April AO in April, right? And a lot of that had to do with just getting around the right people to keep the train moving forward. So like where did Jamie and Anna come into this? I'll give a quick story. The first day, it's like talking about school, right? I met my best friend on the playground. With the first day of the Mac room, I get in there. I'm an early bird because it was during kids were still in school, so I'm in there like 8:30 in the morning. Or no, it was after the accountability call, so it's probably like 9:30, 10. And Anna Savavi pops in and she's like, let's write some APV today. And I like said, like, yeah, like cool, let's go. I don't know the exact words. And all she responded was, you want to race? And I'm like, do I want to race? I don't even know you, lady. And I sent it to Scott and Kate, and I'm like, dude, I'm already being called out in the Mac room. And Kate was like, yes, this is exactly what we did this for. We won't talk about who, oh Lord, dude, you did that. You did that. Okay, can we get the other two? There we go. All right. Whew, that was a lot of me for a second. This is exact. Kate responded. She's like, "This is exactly what we're doing this for, association." I'm not going to talk about who wrote more during that race. I'm not. I won't say it directly that day, but it, you know. And so, what we wanted to talk about today is, and by the way, ladies and men who are going to be out in on Wednesday, at the hub stage at I don't know what time. Jamie can tell us, but we've got a main stage speaker on Wednesday on the call right now. So we're going to talk about some association today, and we're going to give some tips and tricks for conference of just how you can make the most of it when we get out to Denver. So Anna, Jamie, hello.
Hello.
Hello. You will never find me in the Mac room that early. I'm just going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. So I will never join that race. Dang it. Now I kind of want to.
Well, Jamie, so you guys, those of you who don't know, Jamie is a super mom. She also teaches, I don't know what you do at 8, 9 in the morning, but she teaches some gym class and makes people do reverse Bulgarian split squat, something or other. And so that's why you're not in there that early.
Yeah.
But I used to hear, all I knew was, I didn't know your first name. All I ever knew was Cuppernell, like this powerful lady that I heard about, Cup. And then all of a sudden I get thrown in a group text with you. And so I'm extremely grateful for that. We have a lot of fun on our power dial. And that came about because Jamie reached out in our group chat and said, hey, I've had a weird few weeks just with kids out of school. My momentum is off. Like, what can we do? Anna was like, let's do a agency owner challenge or whatever. And it went so well that it just became a staple inside. It's became a staple inside of the Mac room. So Jamie, I kind of want to kick it to you because I know it's been in your head. I'm not putting you on the spot, but I am. When it comes to association, when you think about it, and when we're going into Denver, right? For newer people who are probably questioning everything about their life right now, that if you're in your first 90 days, like, and I'm only allowed to say that because I just came from a 10-year career, and next thing I know, I've got an insurance license. Like, how lame could we get? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? So if you're in that first like 3, 6, 12 months and you're still like, like what is Denver going to do for us and anybody new?
Yeah. So first, it's funny. You mentioned the hub stage. I'm at 620. And this is exactly what I'm talking about is when I first got here and there was nothing I want to do less or more, however that would go, than be a life insurance agent. That sounded terrible. But at my first conference, I will tell you just a few things because you're going to hear a lot. Find someone that you look up to and have a great question. Have a great question. That was so much pressure to me. I didn't have any questions. I wanted to know that these people were real. Are you a paid actor? Are you really making money? Are you really as happy as what you look like in that Zoom room? So I did chase Marlon Faulkner down at a conference, chased him and his sweet wife, Heather. I had zero question, but I wanted to meet him. I needed him to know that he inspired me. And he actually is the one that was the voice I heard when I got licensed. I was like, that's it. I'm doing this. So I think it's right now, one of the biggest things you could do is on the national call, on this call, look at the leaderboards and who really inspires you, or because you're in the Mac room now, surely you're over there all the time. You're seeing the people who are in there all the time, working all of it, right? So I would say, just know who you want to go up and meet. And you don't have to have a perfect question. You don't have to say the right words. Just let them know that they've inspired you, because I truly do feel like that's the whole reason this whole company is amazing, is good people find good people, and that's it. And so if you go in thinking you have to sound smart, maybe you haven't read a book yet, maybe, I don't care what it is, just go up and let people know, because you are going to eventually be that person where people come up to you and tell you that you inspire them. And so it's just paying it forward.
Oh, that's so perfect, because I don't know if you guys were on the accountability call. I don't know when it was, at least in the last 60 days, where actually Jim had Anna talk on it. And Anna brought up a conversation that she had with, and this is a perfect segue. She asked Marshall Whalen a question. And I don't want to I don't remember exactly what he told you on it, but this is a real thing, because if you walk up to, let's say you want to go talk to Elijah Caruja, he just came to top of mind. He's a top beast of a producer. He's got a podcast. So a lot of you know his name. And you're like, Elijah, I'm 60 days in. What kind of leads are you working, man? He's going to be like, no offense, but like, that's not really worth our time, right? Because you're thinking too small if that's what you're worried about. So when Anna, when Marshall told you, and I'll let you kind of take it, but he told you your question was selfish, I believe. Was that what it was? Right? When you asked him something, and ever since then, anytime I go to ask something, even like if it's Scott, I'm like, who's like one of my best friends, I'm like, oh crap, I got to think about how I'm asking this question. So like, what does that mean? Like, what did he mean by that? Because I personally want to know more about how not to be selfish when asking questions.
I think the word that he said, Travis, I'm surprised you remember this. This is so good. He had said that I ask questions in a manipulative manner.
Yeah.
And what he meant by that is that I set the question up in a way where I wanted him to answer in a specific manner, right? So I gave this backstory before I asked the question, so that he would respond in a way that I wanted him to respond, if that makes sense. So, a couple of things come to mind, Wilbur, in the sense of, when you are coming up to these people, of course, it's like, it's intimidating, right? Because I think for so many people, I mean, I'm extroverted, but I'm also like, I need my own time. And conference can be really overwhelming because there's a lot of people, right? There's a lot of people. And I think so many times we can get just overwhelmed with like, who do I talk to? What do I say? And then you can kind of overthink it. So then you end up over speaking, right? So you might ask a question and then you just start talking. And the person's like, did you not ask me a question? Like, what's going on? And so to quote the #1 earner in Symmetry Financial to me, he said, Anna, you need to learn to ask the question and then you need to shut up. And that would be my advice to you guys, is in like the nicest way possible. Ask the question and then shut your mouth and listen to the response.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Manipulative. Yeah. I like that. I like that.
Really nice. Felt really good. It was really good.
Yeah, that has to sting when you've got the most powerful, the highest earner, and that drops that one on you. To be open to receive. Yes, exactly, Don. Okay, and so all right, so what else? Like when we're all going out there and there are breakouts, like what? So let's talk about some things to prep, and then when we leave, because I believe when you leave is actually more important than the prep. But for us going out there, for the first couple of times, what are the best ways to show up completely prepared, as prepared as you can be?
So I would say #1, like I don't know how many people, drop a 1 if you're brand new, like last 4 to 8 weeks, you just started with Symmetry and you're going to be at conference. For brand new people, here's the deal. The Mac room, when you first, there's a lot of new people. Okay, awesome. The Mac room, I remember like when we first started, we're like, why do people want us to sit on a Zoom and like just stare at me working? Like this feels awkward and weird and like this doesn't make sense. here's the thing, the Mac room is how I clock in and clock out. It's also how I get to know people. It's also how I ask questions in the chat and how I bring something to the potluck as well. You'll hear Reineke say this all the time. You know, we are here to educate and help as much as we can, but you also have to bring something to the table. And so I would say this week, be in the Mac room. That is exactly where you need to be. Front load your week with as many dials and appointments so that you can go into conference with some money in the bank, and you can also be present while you're at conference. Some of you guys might need to take appointments while you're there, but if you can front load, do it, and start to have conversations with people in the Mac room. That's how I got to know Wilbur. That's how I got to know Jamie. I saw people that were in the same season of life and business, not life. Wilbur has way too many kids for me, but in business for me. And I was like, all right, so they're both like, I see where they're headed. They're both consistently here. And so we formed this group, and we're going to the top together. So I encourage you, look for those people and form those relationships and start those conversations. And then moving out of conference, right? Like meet these people in real life and then continue those relationships post-conference.
And I'm going to add on to that, because that is exactly what you should do in the beginning, right? To get ready to go there. So then you have, you know, here's the other part of that. And this is why the Mac room is so great, because there's so many of us amazing agencies that have joined together. Is what I see often is agents staying with just their agency. There's nothing that drives me more crazy, because you already know them. They are like, that's it. And probably, if I'm going to guess, you're probably too comfortable with them to really give or receive coaching from them, right? Like if Lisa Abusini, who I'm super close with, sometimes if she calls me and she challenges me something, I'll be like, oh, Lisa, you're crazy. If Anna or Wilbur do it, that is completely different. So I'm going to also really challenge you to not only get in the Mac room, but start finding people who you know are not in your agency, and then actually sought them out. Find them. That I'll use a word I actually use. My other thing is because it can be overwhelming, and especially I can't take notes during conference. I truly can't. Especially if you start hearing someone like Brad Smith start talking, or Brian Delaney, and I want every word. So I would say, if you can record, I also don't do that. I'll be real honest of what I do. After those, I like to journal just what truly was the biggest takeaway. It doesn't have to be their exact words. How did I feel? What was their advice? What can I do to implement it? And so then after, it's going to also be more of like, you know, of that journaling and knowing what you do. And then the other thing is, I would say, if someone gave you some advice, if you heard something in a breakout, on the stage, in the hallway, and you end up taking it away and you see a difference, reach out after conference a few weeks ago and let them know. Don't just hold it in and tell Wilbur, oh, that was great. No, tell them you've stolen their words, tell them you've stolen their advice, whatever it is. So and I say that, like with the recordings and all that stuff, if you record, it's kind of like, this is why I'm on every single call, because I will never carve out the time to go back and listen to a recording. Probably, guys, I'm not looking in the rear view mirror, I'm moving. So I do, I kind of cheat. I let some other people record them, and then I'm like, ooh, you know, what was this? They said something like this. Okay, that's probably good. I have been known to sleep on the plane home, because here's my biggest advice. You have time to sleep later. We actually have a lot of fun here. It is a core value. We have fun and get stuff done. Please do not skip over that fun part.
Totally. That's gold. And if you do, last conference last year, there was a breakout, and Devin Johnson was up on stage with a few other people. And I don't know if I'd ever really heard him. But he had a cool mullet and a Southern accent, and I was like, I want to go talk to him. I like what he just said. So I was the only one who walked up to him after that breakout. And I just said, I asked him a simple question. He said, "Hey man, like who are you? Like what team are you on?" And he was like, "Take my number. I'd love to touch base after conference." So if a leader tells you they would love to touch base and they give you their number, that's permission, right? That's permission, and that is stronger association. He told me a couple of things. He told me a lot of stuff. We had a one-on-one, and I could probably find it. I had a whole page of notes. Did I use all those notes? No. But I have about 2 things that I took from that 1 hour conversation that I implement on my first interviews now that I say almost every time. And it has changed because it puts an expectation out there of some advice that he gave me. So like, don't go talk to somebody and then not follow up because like they're not going to remember if you don't follow up, but you will consciously or subconsciously. And that's one more thing that you didn't follow up on. And most of us might have a history of not following up on things we said we were going to do. So Anna, what's a couple of things that we kind of close out here is for when people leave conference, like of implementing, or the best way not to just lose that like thing that we all get when we're there. Like I don't know how, there's no words to put it, but like you just get all fired up. So how do you not lose that?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's selfish if you go to conference and then you come home and do nothing with it, right? You've had all of these people pour time and energy into you. And so you have that all within you. Now it's your time to explode. And so I would say when you get back, you are mastering your schedule. I mean, I don't know. My kids don't go into school until September. I think all y'all's going in August, something crazy. So schedules are getting defined. We know that the fall is insurance purchasing season. And so I want you to master your schedule and make it a point to clock in and clock out in the Mac room. Make it a point to look and find 3 people in the Mac room that you see every single day. Reach out to them, especially if they're not in your master agency, and create those relationships. And then like Wilbur said, conversations that you've had when you're at conference, guys, like it is not your upline's responsibility to make sure that you have a great time at conference. They're not there to handhold you, right? Hopefully you get to see them and hug them and have some time with them, but it is your responsibility to get everything that you absolutely can out of conference. And so make it a point to get as many numbers as you can and go home and create those relationships and implement everything you learn, right? Like just get with it.
Heck yes. That was perfect. We crushed that right at 1 o'clock, short and sweet. I hope you guys are getting the point of like, what I'm hearing from Anna and Jamie is it's ownership. Like it's taking ownership of what's available to you because it isn't anybody else's responsibility but our own from an independent standpoint, right? And if you didn't get the first 30 minutes of this call, which was acknowledging what we have, like you don't understand if you're newer, like the systems that are in play and set up already. Like it's the true definition of turnkey. So the least we can do is go out to Denver, absorb as much information and take action so that we all grow independently and then together from our up and down line. So this was awesome. Thank you guys for hopping on. I texted them.
Can I add one more thing? Actually, Sarah just said it. Well, somebody else said it on our call right before this, and it was definitely, if you feel lonely in this business, you are choosing it. And that's whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. All right. You are choosing to be lonely. And not one of our top leaders have ever made it in this business by doing it on their own. Don't try and do it on your own. So don't be lonely. Don't choose that life.
Yes.
Don't lone wolf it.
Use it all.
Jamie, Anna, you guys are both incredible. Y'all are winning material. You guys are exactly the type of people who wins here, and you're both always willing to serve other people, which means that you're both going places here. So thanks for pouring into our team. If I could adopt any 2 people to the agency, you guys would be at the top of the list. Our culture would just be stupid if that happened. It's already really, really good. But just love you both and appreciate you for pouring into the team.
Tomorrow.
Congratulations, you two. Also, Kate, I didn't type anything in there. Congratulations. This is huge. And congratulations to everyone who pushed them there.
Tomorrow, 12 o'clock, power dial. We'll be there.